Hello, this is a video mostly for myself to remind myself in the future how I did photogrammetry scan of this Spitfire model kit 1/48 scale. Yeah, you can see I have it in Blender and just demonstrating how pretty smooth and detailed this model is, especially for small miniature kind of scale of it. You can see panel gaps are there and pretty much everything is there. You might wondering what this texture doesn't look like Spitfire. It's because I did some preparation. The model itself is quite featureless, and so we need to get some baby powder, as you can see over here, and apply it to the plastic. I mean, when you finish with it kind of applicable to any physical object that has no features. You can add plenty of features by just applying a little bit of baby powder, and then yeah, that will be enough to capture all the features on the surface, and later you can just remove it. Alright, so now I have this part on a stand. It's like spinning table. I have my light with big polarizing filter shining on my model, and I have a polarizing filter on the camera. And basically the important step what I did this time for the first time is focus stacking. And so this video is mostly about photo stacking. And here I'm just showing how I'm pressing a button and my camera R6, Canon R6, can do automatic photo stacking. And yeah, it's not very visible right now. I will show photos later, but I'm showing it again to see that it automatically moves focus and drags it and takes separate pictures. In this case, I think it's set up to take 8 pictures, and you can specify how many pictures and yeah, how far each step should be. Next step is pretty much just a little bit of photo editing, where I'm adjusting tone curves to make, at least for my eyes, features to look a little bit more contrasty. And that's pretty much what I did there, and I got my exported files to work on. Next step would be to group those photos into separate folders, and I have this neat little script that ChatGPT helped me create, and you can see I have all this group 1, group 3, those are folders, and in each folder there are images for each focus racking stacking. And you can see I just showed how you can see the focus changes with each picture. So the next step is actually stacking and focus stacking those photos. And it involves 2 tools that are provided by this free open source software called hugin, which usually is used for panoramas, but it also can do. Yeah, so there's 2 steps. One is aligning focus stack into a stack. This is important because there's this thing called focus breathing. Usually in lenses it exists, which means that when you change the focus, then everything is moving slightly in and out. I can show you how it looks. When I go from one frame to another, just look at this thing here. It moves to the left. And so if you just find the most focused place in each picture and merge pictures, it will be very blurry. And so what happens is it aligns them first. So it just creates copy of the image of each of the images, but shifts them a little bit so that they are all on top of each other. And that's what this step is doing. And when it's doing, it will create, well, no, the folder was already created for aligned pictures, and so it will create number of aligned pictures. And then second step is the actual fusion of images, and there are some magical properties that I've spent some time trying to get the best for my setup. I think I can show you something about that. Me experimenting with the different settings and looking how the mask reacts to those settings, and this is pretty much the area that will be picked up and then used for each of the pictures. So you can see here with different settings you get different results, and or even here yeah, that was, I was doing the whole stack and it was very useless to see the difference. So then later I discovered the whole mask thing, so I can export the mask and I look at the mask, and I was iterating over different parameters trying to find the perfect mask. Those are parameters for me. Okay, and so yeah, then I had put a stacked image, stacked JPEG. How does it look? So yeah, so for example, for this picture, you can see the focus is over there, and then it slightly moves back at you, and that's how the stacked picture look. So there's a little bit of blurriness I was trying to get rid of, but I wasn't able to. But mostly it's, yeah, it's all in focus, right? So it's all focus stacked, and you end up with, you know, all those pictures that are all stacked, and now your turntable has perfectly in focus all the way. And then you take all those pictures, throw them into your favorite photogrammetry software, and you get almost perfect result. As you can see, plenty of tie points to do alignment with. And now I'm switching to the model, showing how pretty smooth and clean the surface is. I mean, it's still kind of bumpy, but I mean, come on, it's a small plastic part. So what can you expect? And if I show confidence, yeah, you can see it's pretty much very confident. And yeah, I mean, I did the texture. The texture won't be used as much because, you know, who cares? But, well, that's the process. Yeah, and so that's pretty much it. Now you have a good photogrammetry. In my case, you can use it for reference, modeling this airplane in this particular case, or do whatever you want.